Hey everyone, this is the Kubeflow community call for the 10th of February 2026. Um, as always, we're a CNCF project. The CNCF Code of Conduct is here. It pretty much means be nice to each other. So if you do that, it'll be good. I did want to highlight that we've got 8 years worth of archive now. I just thought it was kind of funny. The project's been going for a really long time now. It's kind of fun if you want to read the old archives, but we archived 2025's notes. So that's where they've gone if you can't find them at the top of the doc. So, if you're new to the community or just need to know things, we want you to be able to join all of the meetings. So the meetings, you can find them if you go to the kubeflow.org website, go to community, and then you scroll down to about the middle of the page, you see the list of meetings. And then the way you get to it, we probably should make this button a bit more highlighted, is you click here, which is this link called the community calendar, Kubeflow community calendar. And then you can see all the invites, all the possible events, and then to register for a specific one, you click on it, click register, and then you can add your name here, and it will send you an email with an invite, and if the meeting gets cancelled or changed, you'll also get those updates. And also the docs are here, and the old recordings are here as well on YouTube. Okay, and then if you're not on the Slack server, please join the Slack server. Similarly, on the same page, scroll down, click community, but actually no, actually at the top in this one. So click CNCF Slack. So we're on the CNCF Slack, but there's lots of channels which are not joined by default. So make sure you join the channel that is for the components you care about. Join the announcement one though. And then if each kind of channel is for a specific either working group or component. So notebooks for notebooks, pipelines, and other things like that. Okay. As we usually let anyone who's like brand new to the community who wants to just quickly say hi, just say hi either on the chat or on the voice chat if anyone's new, and I see some new faces if they just want to say hi. Welcome.
Hi everyone. I'm Enrico Eusebio, and I'm the engineering manager at Canonical,
Oh,
looking
cool.
after the processing AI part, among which also Qflow, of course.
Good to meet you.
Likewise, likewise.
Anyone else want to say hi?
Let me also show my face.
Oh, hi.
Here I am. Yes.
Okay. Um, feel free to type in the chat if you want to say hi or do things. Okay, so the release. So we've already released 1.11. I think there was some talk about that happening. What's the last thing we need to do here, and is there any actions we need to take? Uh, who was the release manager for 1.11? I don't remember.
That was me, and then Tarek is 112. Um, so one of the things we discussed yesterday was the technical documentation on the website, the version thing.
Oh yeah, has
So
that not been done?
yeah, so that is pending. So we asked I asked the release shadows if they can contribute, and Dominic gracefully, accepted the challenge. So Dominic will be probably reaching out to you at some point the main idea is to start documenting this process so others can
Yeah,
can
yeah.
learn.
It should be in the notes somewhere, right? We should make sure that I think it used to be in the notes, but I don't know where it went. Like it used to be in the release guide. Is it?
I
Is
I don't know.
it?
I never found that. No,
I
the
feel like
complete.
it was there again. We've been going for 8 years. I don't remember. At some point in the last 8 years, it was definitely on the release guide. Maybe it's not right now. We should fix that. But it is like it is one thing that very few people can do just because it requires you to have the permission to edit the DNS. But other than that step, it's kind of,
Yeah,
that's anyone someone just can. It's just making a new. Actually, there is one thing you often do need to do, which is reach out to Natellify as well, because um, in my experience, their automation doesn't correctly pick up that there's meant to be a new subdomain. You normally have to ping them and be like, "Hey, fix this, please," and I don't know why. Cool. Okay, so in terms of next steps, though, so because we want to talk about the main release, but what do we need to do?
so Dominic is there. Hey, Dominic. Hey, good to see you.
Hello, hello.
So he will be reaching out to you, Matthew, to start documenting the process, so we can replicate it for the 1.11 and then next releases. So that is the technical docs. I know there was some discussions about the videos and the slides. Matteo, did you guys discuss anything before I joined about that?
Yeah, I'm here. So just a friendly reminder for the working group that by the sort of like we need the videos if they want to be stitched together. And then sort of like the question that needs to be addressed in the release team meeting is that for the slides of working group that are not submitting the video, do somebody in the release team call want to record the voiceover for those so that we have the videos. And then so action item for working groups, please provide a video.
So who don't you have? I mean, you won't be getting one from notebooks or dashboard stuff just because it didn't have a change because we were
Cool,
targeting.
but what about the slide for the dashboard and the notebooks? Do you want to provide a video that speaks about the slide for
I don't
the
think it changed. Like I literally think we just because it was too quick of a timeline, we literally just cut the same. We just left the same version in because we were targeting this release.
So would you be all right if, say, in the release team
You can just
calls
put a note
somebody?
there if you want. Just put a note which says like, "Hey, this is the same version as 110," or if you want.
Yeah, but I mean, for the video, it's fine for anybody from the release call to speak over those slides.
As long as they don't claim there's new features.
Yeah, no, I'm
Because because there are not new features. So Matthew, what we could do also is to say we haven't. I don't know how you want to phrase it, but there are not new updates on the newest release. But we are working. Like you can take that opportunity to talk about new features.
Talk about V2. Maybe say we're
So that
targeting an alpha of V2 in 2603, and that's why we didn't because we were honestly there was too much going on to cut a release in a couple of weeks. So
I think it will be good because for having something like you can say, hey, remember these were the last features. We are working on this for this other release, so you guys.
I think I also want to make sure we don't have very confusing messaging going on because we're 2603, as we need to talk about next, is very soon, right? Like we don't like we're releasing a video that talks about a version like for the ones which had significant changes, I get it, but for a lot of people, they're not going to know about 111. So anything that was in the 111 slides should probably also be in the 2603 slides for a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Up to your working group, how you want.
Not for me though.
Yeah,
Like I mean,
it's
for
fine.
the other components is what I was meaning. But yeah.
Yeah.
For example, for Modern Registry, we provided the talk over of the slides and we provided a short demo. The question is for the release team is like we can do like the previous iterations. We can talk over the slides that the working group have provided, and for example, represent what Matthew was saying here. I think that for the future, we need to sort of like indeed decide if this what I shared in the release call is like, do we want to pursue this video thing since like every release I've been in part of the release team for since 1.8 something like that, and sort of like we found it challenging to come up with this video. If at a certain point we want to say the working group are not, most of the working group are not providing the video, do we still want to do a video with a release, or do we want the working group to just publish a video when they have some release that it's good for them? But this is not a question. This is what I try to share in the release call. So something also to be worth noting. I see that also Tarek has joined the call. I don't know if Tarek wants to expand on it.
So we're just talking about the V111 right now, but we should move on quickly to 2603. Yeah. But Tarek, sorry to throw you in the bus under the bus.
Yeah. Sorry, first,
Hi.
sorry for being late.
Welcome to the call.
Yeah, but I mean, we discussed it also yesterday in the release call, and as Matthew mentioned, like it has also been challenging for things like the last releases that I've also been part of to get every thing in time, and also like it's also a lot of effort for you, Matthew, also to get everything together and help with building the video. So I think at least we can. Like for 1.11, there was some discussion that maybe like since not all the working groups have provided the videos, that maybe the release manager, Shadow, and release management team in general can help like fill in putting the video in place for at least 1.11, since this is already like work in progress, but maybe we can discuss that maybe we don't have to have it for 26.3.
I think the blog was where it started and then it turned into a video. I don't think it was ever like, like, in the same way that Kubernetes has the release team kind of ask each of the people in Kubernetes SIGs what is important, and then they write a blog, like that's kind of how it started. And we did that as well. But it's my understanding, at least. And so the videos were kind of a cool idea, I think, by Josh. But I agree, if there's no participation, it's hard to do. But now that we've only got 2 releases a year, I think it's going to be a bit easier, right? Like we can, like, I think it would be easier. Although, again, I think the blog should be the primary thing we do, because that's like a written source of like sales pitch, right? Like, why should you update? It's somewhere, we need something firsthand for that, right? Do we all agree at that, at least?
Yeah, I think so. Like at least because at least from an end user perspective, I'm an end user of Kubeflow. It's pretty interesting to have like highlighted features in the blog, so that you read it in peace, and you get like a grasp of what do you expect in the new release of Kubeflow, and highlights from every working group, instead of just reading about every single component alone. So the blog, I think we have that. It's been streamlined for previous releases. It's the and since we have like a specific point of contact, so to say, it's the product manager or the release manager that is usually responsible for that, and then we get like direct feedback from the working groups as well, like what could
So
be
did we
important.
make a blog for 111, or am I mistaken?
Yeah. There is a pull request actually that for 1.11. I will share it in the documentation here. And yeah, we're also planning for 2603 to also have a blog for that. But Valentina and rest as well, like for 1.11, can we maybe conclude that this will
Just
be
do a
like the
blog?
last video? Or
Or
yeah, exactly.
should we maybe just do a blog and then have a link to your video, Matteo, as its own independent video? Like if no one else is going to make one in the blog. I think that's good, because it means you get lots of views. I don't know.
Mhm. No, but also like the Spark operator working group has
Yeah.
provided. Milos has created that
Okay.
as well.
So we've got so who's people? So WGs with videos. We got model registry.
Yes.
Spark.
Yes.
Anyone else?
No, not yet.
Okay. Anyone? So we should probably say a last call at some point, because we really need to get that blog out so it's not fighting for the release information of 26 as well. Right? Sorry.
So I have a proposal. I could also record a video if all the slides are updated. I can just speak from the rest of the working groups, like mention like the features that works for everyone. Is it either that or don't having a video at all? Because yeah, Matteo is okay. Yeah, any concerns?
I think that actually it will work best, so that we will keep the way that we've done it in the past for this 1.11 as one info, because also like I like the idea about the blog post for the future. And in that case, actually, we don't need to prioritize the slides, if you think about it, because if we want to write in a blog, then the slide is sort of like not really needed. Sort of like
So-
for each of the calendar version, you can just write a blog, and then if any working group wants to provide slides or want to provide video, they will just provide the links from the blog.
I do think we should have a written blog though. Like I think that, and we should target the same release day as the thing itself, like, because that's the part that, like, it's a bit surprise. I think most people probably don't know that 111 is out because there's no blog to some extent.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I also find that the media tend to write things about written content more than video content. So, in Kubernetes releases, the tech media tend to cite the blog, if you and so okay, cool. So let's try and, okay, if we've got one task, then let's try and get this blog out as soon as possible. What's our next steps? What's blocking this? Okay, we'll come back to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the call?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I mean, so the yeah, the blog contained like some highlights for like all working groups and all the that participated in the 1.11 release. So we have some comments and modification from Mod Registry and from Trainer and Katip. So for other working groups, like read like your section there, feel free to directly update it. And then yeah, we get it merged when we get like no other comments. And
So are we grouping
so
them by component again? I think
component.
there's some component. Like we should probably at least call out the components that are not here. You know what I mean? Why they're not here. Because I see that Notebooks isn't here, but it should just say, hey, we were working on Notebooks v2. It's not. There's no major changes in this version.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like you
And you
would
should
like
link to the
add that,
v2
or
issue. Maybe link to the v2 issue. But yeah.
no, I mean, Matthew, would you like to do that, or should I put something and then tag you there to
You
review
just
it?
if just write. It's very. I mean, I can write it if you really want, but if you're comfortable writing it, then just tag me and I'll say yep.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I'll update it then. Yes.
Cool. Thanks. Sorry for throwing something on you. Okay, let's go to the 2603 because I don't want to leave no time for the community stuff. But so 2603, what's the date?
Yes.
Everyone, let's make sure we write the date again. So the date.
Yeah. So the timeline. So we got like and like the reasons have gotten okay from most of the working groups. Only KeyServe is yet to be confirmed. But and also we had some questions for dashboard and notebook. Julius, I'm not sure if Julius is in the call, or maybe
He might not be. What do you need?
Yeah. So it just that he highlighted that we need the version 1.0 release from the new repositories at least.
So we're actually going to release it as a 2.0 just to avoid overlapping. But yes. So
okay.
the way it will work for dashboard is that there'll be a 2.0 with the intention to make a 3.0 actually for the 2611 release. But that's dashboard. And then notebooks will have a V1 and a V2 because V1 will just be the incremented version 1.11. And then there'll be a 2.0 dash alpha 0 for the V2.
Okay, so 2.0 will be released for dashboard, right?
Yes. That'll be a 0.0 with no alpha or anything. That's just like a 2.0 just because it's a...
Okay.
And the reason it's a 2.0, just for people to understand, is not because there's significant changes. There actually is a lot of security and bug fixes, but it's because it's a breaking change. Like you can't just update naturally. You do have to delete manually the old one because it's not, you can't in place upgrade.
Okay. And for notebooks, you mentioned that there will be a V1 and V2 manifest that we need to sync in the...
So I think I think we talked about it briefly last time, but we can talk about that offline. But yeah, effectively, the manifest repo will need to have a folder called workspaces and a folder called notebooks. We're going to put the V1 stuff under the folder called notebooks, and the V2 stuff under the folder called workspaces. And V2 should not be enabled by default. It's not ready for production, but it will be ready for people to play around with on non-production servers.
Okay.
Which should be fun.
Great. Yeah, let's sync also with Julius, because we also need to discuss like if the components, like, or the discussion that you mentioned regarding like making the notebook like a standalone, so moving like the issue and index to...
So we hope to talk about that in the Thursday meeting with the notebooks working group, if you want to join that, or if you want to make sure that Julius joins that. We are going to do it, but like it's... Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it does mean that we'll have to like remove some code from the... Effectively, we want to get to a point, since we pretty much the step there should be remove code from our existing manifest repo at the same time as we've already made the code in the new repo, and then just sync it in immediately, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll try to check it with Julius, because I think he need to also be part of that. So yeah, I'll sync with him, and otherwise like we can sync
Even
offline.
yeah, either way, we're gonna put those manifests into the dashboard repo because we do need them there. But like,
Yeah.
how you consume them is up to you. But
Yeah. Yes.
okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah. So this these are like this is the timeline for the release. So the RC1 will be like in 2nd of March. We hopefully can release before 20th of March if we don't have any major blockers for RC1. So we can try to release earlier as well. The full release team has been formed, and the pull request has been merged. The handbook also has been updated. There was comment from Andrea that we probably, since now the release is mainly like the AI reference platform, which is in the manifest mainly, so we will move the release handbook and the release team parts into the manifests repo. And yeah, so as I mentioned, like we got an okay for from all the working groups. Kserve yet to be confirmed because there is a blocker right now for 0.16. So a fallback would be that we will release the same version that we had in 1.11 0.15.2. So the liaison
only
there.
quick
Yes.
question there. So that's all fine. That's good. So what are our blockers? Like, what are our next steps?
Yeah, so we there's a GSOC student that is helping in the manifest to get that resolved. The thing that we need to do the fix upstream in Kserve, and then we sync that in the manifests. So that's like the last update for that. As I mentioned, like the fallback is we will not have 0.16 in the next release, but hopefully we still have time, I guess. So we hopefully have that resolved. It's a security, I think, comment from Julius that was reported.
So we should probably. I'm just going to write it here for my own sake. But do you want to fill out what versions we're expecting in each one or not?
Yeah, so that I think we have like so for example model registry, it's the 3-week release cadence, so we will probably get like whatever version has been released by that particular date. For trainer it's version 2.2. For the pipeline it would be 2.16. Spark as well has release cadence, so if there is bug fixes or something, so we not have a fixed version for that. Kserve, it's for now we have 0.15.2, 0.16 as yet to be confirmed, so we still don't have the exact versions that would be part of the release.
I think we also talked last time about adding a test sync of the manifests, especially just because there's such large changes happening in notebooks and pipeline. In dashboard. But I think because we should try and do that before the RC. We have to do that a week at least before the RC, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that would be
Yeah.
February. What is that? Feb. And then I think we can move on to the next things. But so what are our steps to make sure that we actually? How healthy are we? Okay, that's my question for you, Shrek.
No, I think like the what had been reported by the liaisons yesterday that all the working groups got like we have an okay for most of the working groups. So I think we are so far so good, I'd say.
Okay. So the only risk I can see in my mind is that obviously we need to make sure we get the alpha in there, but also that these manifest refactors change. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's wait, what's that date? Let me just confirm what the date is 1 week before March 3rd. It is March 2nd, sorry. It is 23rd of February, which is in like a couple weeks. 23rd 2026. So I really think we should do a test sync of the manifest just for our own, like mainly for notebooks dashboard changes. Because a lot of the manifests are going to change. So stuff will break is what I'm trying to say. Just because notebooks already is a lot of components and they're all going to be moved onto the same folder. So even just from a purely like references perspective stuff is going to break.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So anything else here before we move on to the community stuff?
No, I think that's all for the release.
Okay, anyone else got anything they want to add? Any concerns about the release or things they need to raise? We're coming down to the wire, obviously, because we've only got a couple weeks before March 2nd. Like, how many weeks do we have? We've got, from today, we have 1, 2, 3 weeks from today. So, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a question for that we need also to check if there's any like distribution that would be part of this, but from the discussion in the release handbook is that like mostly the distributions are testing like happens like after the release, like most likely not on RC. So
For the people who aren't involved directly, yeah. I mean, like, people who are involved upstream, then yes. But so if we should give the opportunity, I think it's a good call out. We should make sure that we say to people.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not sure how can we do that. Like, reach out to there was like a pull request, I think, to update the website for distribution. So there were some folks there from distribution holders. So I can reach out to them, but if anyone has like a better way to reach out to distributions, that will also be good, I think. Or should I just tag them in GitHub?
Yeah, I'd say just ping them on the Slack or make a email. Probably not an email, but yeah, ping them on the Slack. I think we have contacts for each of them. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna move on to the community stuff so we don't miss out on all the other things. Unless you've got something you need right now. Anyone else? Yes. Andre. Okay.
Yeah, I think I want to quickly announce this. In case you missed, like we recently published this blog post that we were working on with Metaflow team. So this is about integration they've done to support authoring Metaflow pipelines with Kubeflow pipelines engine. I think they're planning to support more interesting stories around how users can leverage Metaflow API to submit, KFP pipelines or other part of Kubeflow projects like Trend Jobs or Inference Service via Metaflow UI. The main goal was because they have users who already have infrastructure with KFP, and they want to leverage Metaflow API to alter the pipeline. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. We did have some conversations with these folks since 2020 when Netflix started this project, and it's great to see this integration going on across the communities.
Cool. Awesome. I guess we'll share that more publicly if you want to read it. It's on the blog. Anything else you want to add there, Andre?
No, it's good.
Cool. Ramesh, are you in the call? I know that we've passed the deadline for adding the initial proposals, but we can probably still add more if we need to. But do we have any updates on GSOC?
Yes. Yeah, if you still got, I have not heard back from the organizers yet. So if you still have any proposals, go ahead and add it in. There is no harm in putting more features in there, more proposals in there. In my opinion, if they only take, let's say if they have a standard, they pull in first 10 or whatever, then that's fine. We can work with it. But maybe if there is an interesting proposal, maybe we can even shift the students around at a later point. I did submit the GSOC application. It's in the, right now in the review status. So we will know, I think perhaps very soon. I think I forgot the dates, but somewhere 19th or something along those lines, February 19th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, let me just quickly check this. Okay, so it is there.
Yeah, 19th, right.
Let me just copy and paste these in to the notes. So dates. Ooh, that did not work well. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I want to extend my deepest thank you for all the folks who have submitted their proposals. I really appreciate that. That was it's a good community effort to rallying around and bringing that to a good list of proposals. So
Okay, cool. So the current status is
we are waiting right now.
okay, cool, perfect. I'm just trying to make this a little bit easier to read. Okay, cool. So is there so are any of these pull requests not merged? I just wanted to quickly check that from last time. Looks like they were both merged. Good, cool. So we can still add projects if people want. Obviously, we get to choose people based. We don't choose people based off the way it works is people apply to projects, and so if you make the project description better, they might be more likely to give a good proposal. So feel free to do that.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Anything else about GSOC? So technically, for everyone who's watching, remember the applications aren't open yet, but you can be talking to mentors and stuff if you would like.
Right. The second thing I will be looking after 19th, I know between now, after the acceptance, which I'm hoping we will get accepted into the program, I will be looking for the signups of all the mentors that are mentioned in the document to begin with. If there are any additional mentors that are wanting to volunteer, please reach out to me and I'll send you. First, talk to the lead of the component, which project you want to mentor on, and then reach out to me and I'll send you a request to be a mentor.
Cool. Okay, thanks for that. Do we ever resolve the fact that there's some weirdness going on with some of these projects? If not, then I need to reach out to those people. Okay. Cool. Good later. Cool. Anything you want to add, Ramesh?
No, that's it.
Cool. Thank you so much for your work on this. It's
Feel
always
free
amazing.
to reach out to me if you have any questions, anybody, on CNCF Slack.
Okay. I don't know why we're still adding this note here about the outreach meeting, but I guess we're still calling it out. So, Valentina.
Yeah, well, because we want to remind everyone, next meeting. So I just updated the date is we meet monthly. So the last Friday of the month. Yeah, we don't need to talk about the last meeting. We already covered that. But in terms of KubeCon, we do have some updates. We have a kiosk, which is great news. I added the information. We will be there. We have a dedicated spot on the project pavilion. Is Thursday. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The local time in Amsterdam.
So wait, could you say that again? Sorry, is it on the notes?
Yeah.
Kiosk. There we go.
Yeah. Kiosk number. That's the location. Right now, so we do have one day. We do have 4 hours, which is great, but it's only one day. So we are trying to be very strategic about what we are doing with that time and that presence on the project pavilion. So we want to call contributors, project maintainers, integrators who can be there supporting the kiosk to do like demos, preferably demos, presentations. So there is a dedicated folder where you can start uploading the content. We have some discussions to do it live. So you could do it live, but if you decide to do a live demo, just have a video recorder in case we don't have a good, internet connectivity and so on. But we want contributors and project maintainers because, we want you to talk about the attendees, about what you're working on, what you will be working on, hear and connect with, end users, have the opportunity to discuss, gather feedback. I think it's a very unique opportunity to be there and speak, with end users that maybe you didn't connect before, hear about what they have to say, or hear about other, new attendees that they don't know much about Kubeflow, and you have the opportunity to explain. Of course, we welcome everyone, but I do want to, kind of highlight, everyone who's been working, contributing. This is your opportunity to be there and showcase, the work. So all working groups, just try to, if you're attending KubeCon, try to be there. There is a spreadsheet also that they will create. You can add your name. You can.
Where is that? So we need to put that at the top. Yeah, okay.
That's the link. Yeah, you can also just on the outreach. If you just like, hey, I will be there. That's great. So just we want at least like 2 maintainers. It would be great to have per shift. The other thing is I divided the shift in like 3, so 10 to 12, 12 to I think to 12:30,
Yeah.
12:30 to 2 p.m. So if you want to stay longer, of course you're welcome. But we want to ensure that everyone had the opportunity to be there and showcase their demos. So
The one thing I want to highlight from the experience of the last KubeCon, almost everyone coming up to you is never going to have heard of Kubeflow before. They're going to be like, what is Kubeflow? You know what I mean? And so we need to make sure that whoever's there is able to someone there. It's honestly better sometimes if you have someone who's there to be like a maintainer of a component and someone who's just willing to help the crowd. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes a big crowd of people will show up and be like, I heard about Kubeflow. What is it? And then so just like having a good story for us, it's like, because that's a hard question. I think we all struggle with that question a lot. So it's like, hey, here's what the website says. Literally, we have like, that's kind of what we did. We were like, here's the website. It's like multiple components. What one are you most interested in? Right?
Yeah.
And these that is like, I just want to highlight that sometimes demos, if you announce that there's going to be a demo, let's do that. But like, then you might get people coming to watch it. But if you're just standing there without announcing anything, it's going to be people who don't know about the project, right? That's why they're there, right? Or the people who use the project and have a problem. That too.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. So I think one of the things we can do is like build the slides and have some of the ones that we use for the maintainers, which is the Kubeflow definition.
That's really good. Actually, that would have been very helpful to have. Actually.
Yeah, we can even like have the whole deck. Like, hey, this was our maintainer session. Because it's a very high level introductory.
That's what we need, honestly, right? And it's like we literally just had a stream of people, especially because we got called out a lot on the main stage, right? And so everyone was like, "Oh, I keep hearing about Kubeflow. What is this?" You know what I mean? Like,
no, exactly.
And so like I just always had to keep bringing it back to, oh, here's the diagram that shows you the projects, and then that's like, well, but what does that mean? You know, like, okay, what does that component do? And then like, so I just found that sometimes, and so you obviously as a maintainer of a component, you can focus in on a piece, but maybe that's not the piece the person's interested in. That's the part that's like, that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah. So my idea was like also if we do demos, we can promote it in social media and then we can promote it. So I was asked also to be, the co-located event, there will be a second track. I was asked to be the MC. So my idea, I need to validate this with Joan, is to talk also like about like, hey, Kubeflow, we have this booth, this kiosk, and we will do these demos. So we can engage. It's not only just to go there to talk, but also like to learn something or, something specific. I think it could help, gain more attention. And also the opportunity, like Kubeflow SDK, I think is a really like a great entry point about Kubeflow to understand how to use it more, easily. So I think if we can have some, and the demos, I mean, it's 4 hours. It's not like we will do like 10, but if we do like, hey, at 10, it's one. At 2 is another one. So people know, okay, at 10, I will be going through this demo. Maybe demo is like 3, 5, 10 minutes, and then people can stay longer to chat. So that's kind of
a demo like area? Because like last time we had a demo area in a where it's like not like, because the issue with the booth is that it's mostly people walking by, right? Like, and sometimes you do get a crowd, but like it's like the big crowd area, they usually have one set up, right? And I think we did one for SDK, Andre, last time. How did we get that last time, Andre? Sorry to ask you.
Yeah, since you have publishing this during the KubeCon, then you can apply for a session, right? Last time
you
they
have
used
to apply during the KubeCon.
Yes, that's right.
Ah, okay. So that's
I don't know
way.
if they're gonna make it in Amsterdam, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the demo theater. Yeah, it's a very small, like the kiosk is very, like, it's very small. So yeah, I want to ask if they can give us some microphones. I don't think they will.
No, they wouldn't do that. No.
There are so many kiosks, and the idea is you have this But at least, we highlight like, hey, when we talk about this, we will talk about that. People will be like, oh, okay, at 10, this will be this cool thing I could learn.
It's about who's there, right? It's like if I know the maintainer of pipelines is there at this time, or one of the maintainers, sorry,
Yeah.
like that's helpful for people, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
I'm
it's also
trying
you're
to get
fighting with the schedule, right? People will also there'll be talks at that time, right? And so it's a matter of like,
it's challenging. Yeah, I know. And sometimes you forget because there are so many things going on. Or I know. So I'm trying to get like, okay, working groups, which working groups are attending, so we can know and reach out, or you guys reach out, and then we can like, hey, I would love to talk about this feature, and then it helps with promotion. And of course, if you're there, if you are like just people asking about Kubeflow, you will not be like, oh, demo time, like, right? So it's flexible, but I think it will help to have some like strategy alignment and helps with promotion. So just, reach out. I think that's all, I had to say about the kiosk.
Cool, okay.
Yeah, we will
So
promote
what's
in
happening
social
with
media.
the
So try
actual
to-
co-located event, just so people...
The co-located event, so the schedule was announced. I was part of the program committee, but I was not the chair. So the schedule was promoted like some weeks ago. There are basically 2 rooms. There are diverse sessions in both. One has more sessions about Kubeflow. Could be completely transparent. There are maybe not as many as we had before. So I think this will be kind of an experiment for us to see the audience, how much people will be attending fewer sessions of Kubeflow versus the other ones where we have more sessions but maybe less people. So it's just something we will need to talk after the event and see. But I will be emceeing the second room, so my idea will be to talk, highlight some of the Kubeflow things. Yeah.
Oh, Kevin. Cool. Awesome. I think it'll be a really popular track just because it's like, as you can see, we've got really interesting DRA driver talks and things interspersed with ours. So it's an opportunity for us as well, I think, because people who wouldn't have heard of Kubeflow are going to be in that area, right? And that's kind of good.
That's what I'm hoping for, I think, because it's just this huge, unique event about cloud-native AI and Kubeflow. There will be many people that don't know about Kubeflow that will just be there. So, I will share. I will be
So
there.
do we know, so of the people who did get selected, which ones were about Kubeflow? Sorry, like, do I search?
If you filter about Kubeflow, I
Oh, no,
did
that's
that.
people.
What was
How
it
do you
that I
do
did
that?
there?
Do you know? Search maybe? No.
Search like.
I think that's going to search everything, right? Anyway, we should probably do this offline, but we should make sure that, we just got to hope that we got lucky with people who are going to present Kubeflow well. I guess that's all we got.
Yeah, I did review it, and there were like less that we usually have. Let me see if I can find the.
Because again, what we want is user
It's-
stories
it's
anyway,
this
right? It's like that's the most valuable thing. It's like, hey, I used it and I did this. That's great for us, right?
It is. Let me see. This one. Can you click on that one?
Yes.
Is it filtering or not?
How did you do it? Did you do it on the side? Is that how you did it?
It's not filtering. Let me see.
Kubeflow ecosystem
So,
community.
no,
There we
like Mike, if you scroll up, if you go back on the right side, you will see the search bar. No, you need to scroll up.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, if you type Kubeflow here, you will see the sessions.
That's what I did. Yeah. But I think they're kind of getting glitched out because all of them say Kubeflow in them.
Yeah, but because all of them are about Kubeflow.
Okay, that's good. Well, cool.
I
Anyway.
mean, some of them might be, also related to the event, but you can take a look. Maybe they mentioned some of the Kubeflow tools there.
I think it gets bugged out because it's under the Kubeflow section, and as a result, the internal description says Kubeflow.
Oh, yeah, you might be right.
Anyway, I saw there was at least 3 that are under the community
Okay,
section.
yeah, it's 3. Yes.
Click here.
Yeah, I found that. Yeah, these are the ones that I saw published. Yes.
But other ones might also reference Kubeflow. Like I'd imagine these ones probably would as well to some extent.
It may have. These are like the ones that actually mention Kubeflow directly. The other ones may use it in a way. So yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, any other next steps? What are our next steps for making sure that that conference is a success?
So next steps is the kiosk. If you try to attend KubeCon, of course. The other thing is what else? We have a maintainer session which is promoted in social media as well. And then what else?
When
If
you
you
say
have
a
a
maintainer
session,
session, can you say what you
Yeah.
mean?
the maintainer. So it's in the KubeCon main track. It's in the KubeCon, but it's on the track of the maintainer, if you will. Let me.
Okay, cool.
We
So we gotta talk same as last year.
Yes.
Nice.
We didn't talk about it. Yeah, let me see if I can find the
It's just an event. We should just make sure that we publicize it everywhere when we're at the thing. But
Yeah.
is it similarly far away from the main event like it was last time? It was so far away.
Yeah, I don't know. E103. I don't know.
Because they usually put all the maintainer events kind of in their own area, usually. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's keep going. We've only got another like few minutes. So India, unless you've got anything else for KubeCon.
No, nothing regarding KubeCon India, but we have conference in Pune next week. So me and Yes, we are hosting a booth for Kubeflow, and again we're planning to have. There are a lot of sessions regarding Kubeflow, by the way, not just from us, but as well as from other maintainers, other users. And we also plan to have few suggestions, few improvement, or what the feedback from community. So I think that will help in KubeCon India as well, because venues are all like very close. It's Mumbai and Pune, it's very close. So it will help in KubeCon India as well. Yeah, that's it for regarding DevCon. Regarding KubeCon India, we are planning to submit our maintenance session on that deadline is 3rd of March. So we are just ideating on that. Hope to submit by next week.
I'm just putting the date in here. And where's the location? It says it's
Pune.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So are you speaking or are you going to be there?
No, I forgot to submit the CFP. I think there are a lot of more than 6 or 7 speakers, Vijit, and there are a lot of more. So I see, and a lot of Red Hat folks are also there. So
Cool.
yeah, maybe next time I'll submit. But yeah, here I think we'll get a very good audience as well as speakers for Qflow and for broader community.
Nice. Awesome. And anything about KubeCon India?
Nothing, no major update. Just we have to submit the maintenance session. So we're planning to submit on next week.
So when is the deadline? Is it this weekend?
No, this is 3rd of March. So yeah.
Okay. So we have time. Okay.
We do have time, but we have to prepare, ideate a good plan. So that's why I'm planning to at least have a draft ready and get it reviewed by next week.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
When you say maintainer summit, this is the one that happens the day before KubeCon, right?
No, not just like the Project Lightning Talk. I mean, if that is the
Okay,
correct
so
word.
because technically there's like a maintainer track, I think it's called, right? Because maintainer summit is a thing where you have to be a maintainer to attend, but then that happens before KubeCon. This one I think is maintainer track. Like
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Anything you need help there with?
Nope, I think we're fine with that. Probably by March, and also we'll get the confirmation for booth. I think then we can decide what are we planning there.
Confirmation for booth. Okay, cool. And Tarek, virtual event.
Yes. So we need to choose a date. So the proposed date so far is we go with the 19th of August. Thing that we post just that in the outreach Slack channel. If anyone is aware of any event that could be happening during the August or something, then we can try to avoid that. But so far, even with the CNCF, we are first virtual event for this year at least. So
So
they said
who has to respond? So
it would be me or David that chairing the virtual event.
So is there any particular reason why we would pick one date over the other?
No. These are the it need to be Wednesday. That's the only thing from CNCF. So they said these are the 3 available dates. So there's no strong opinion about any. So David suggested that we go with 19 because it's in the middle.
Sure.
So that also works, right? And then it would be 11 a.m. US East Coast time zone. So then it's like 16 in Europe. So we try to like cover multiple time zones. And we need to reply by 20th. That's like the deadline for it.
When you
The
say apply
program
by
co-
the 20th, you mean?
Yeah, we need to reply back to
Oh,
like
reply. Sorry. Yeah, okay.
I need to reply back to CNCF with confirm a date. I think the event description and the topics that will be covered, we will proceed as is. So and the program committee members. Here, for example, there were the previous program committee member. I checked with Chase. He will be also continue to be part of the program committee. So and we need to check with the rest as well. So if someone would like to volunteer to be part of the program committee, we also need to just reach out, and then we will.
How does it work if we want to put like a talk about, let's say, Notebooks 2.0? Do we have to like do a CFP?
Good question. Yes, I think so. It will be also through Sessionize. So and then like the program committee will choose the or like filter the CFPs and so on. But then it's up to us, for example, to decide like based on like the submissions and so on, to decide like if it would be like lighting talks or if it'd be like a 20-minute
So
session.
do we get to decide the criteria is kind of what I'm more saying.
Yeah, I think the criteria would be like these are the CFP topics that will be covered through the virtual event. It's like quite open. So, like for example, the point that you mentioned regarding dashboard 2.0, this can be like a work group updates, right? It's in the topic.
Notebooks, but yes.
Notebooks, yeah, sorry. And if it's like update or sorry showcase from the community, that will also be welcome. But if you would like, or like any group would like to highlight a specific feature, that will also be welcomed.
So how many talks are we gonna how are we gonna do this? Are we gonna put up a
Yeah.
website, or are we gonna
So once we have like everything confirmed, like these details about the event, and the program committee is created, so CNCF will help us with creating the marketing material, having a website for the virtual event with the logo. Also, they will create that for us, and the decisionized access and everything for CFP's submission. So and if you scroll more down, there was like a timeline for everything. It's here, this. So the site and the registration for CFP, that will be 4 months before. So it will
in
be
2
like
months,
mid. Yes, exactly.
at like March sort of time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, something like that. And then here you have like the countdown till the event date.
Cool. And also, we should check that nothing crazy is happening on any of these days, just to make sure that none of them are bad days for like holidays or something.
Yeah.
Like, we should
Okay.
just check
Yeah.
we should just check like is it, because there's a whole world, right? We have to also, what time of day is it in terms of ability to attend, right?
Yeah. I mean, like for example, if it's 11 US East Coast, then it's
That's morning US time.
yes.
East,
So
sorry,
that
that's
would be
morning
like
West Coast time. Sorry. Yeah.
so that would be like 4 p.m. In Europe. So
And in India,
and
that's
I
pretty
don't
early
know.
in the night in India, I think.
Oh.
Like the middle of the night, I think, in India. That's fine. It was like we just need to, so we should just check for the places that could reasonably be attending.
Mm-hmm.
We should do that. Anyway, cool. I don't want to go too far over, so let's make sure that you guys get what you need from us, and then we can all support you to whatever you need.
Yes, great.
So if you want to make the call, make the call. And then we can all fall in behind, I think.
Yeah, and we have the thread as well in outreach, in Kubeflow outreach. So if anyone has a comment or know any like public holiday or event that would happen during August, then yeah, update us and we will choose based on that.
Thanks, everyone. Anyone else got anything they want to add in the last 1 minute or few seconds we've got? Thanks, everyone, for coming. Let's keep pushing towards the release. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.